What is up, and welcome back to Talking Nutrition. Today is episode 71. No, 72. Hang on.
Nice.
I think it's 70. Yeah, no, it's 70. It's 72. We're here. What's up? Kristine's back. How are you, Kristine?
I'm good. Chop my hair
You're good.
off.
I saw that. Even more.
Even more.
Looks
Yeah.
good.
I'm
Looks
like, I
good.
might as well just go all the way, If I'm gonna chop it, might as well just see what it looks like up here. So I like it. Yeah, it's nice. When I'm in the shower, I feel bald compared to it. My hair used to be like down to my butt, right? So I'd be like in the shower and like washing my hair over here, and now it's just like, whoa, like I have no hair.
I used to like just grab a buzzer, like when I went on tour, like summer times, just take everything off. And then, especially in the beginning, you like put like shampoo in your hands, and it's like way too much, and it's like, what? Like I don't even need this this much,
Yeah, yeah,
It's like there's nothing there.
exactly. Yeah, you have to like get used to using less.
Yeah. How's it going with the
What
coach?
else? New coach is fantastic. It's going really, really well. Clients are loving her. She's actually gonna be doing HMCC this round, which I'm really excited about. Um, yeah, it's just awesome. It's just going really good. It's nice.
Are you gonna do HMCC at level 2?
Not yet. I'm gonna hold off for a little bit, but yeah, I do plan on doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I was because I got the email. I was
Hmm.
like I clicked on it, like I was like very,
Hmm.
very keen to do it. But then I was like, right now is not the right time. Like I have a lot on my plate.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta wait a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I definitely want to do that. So we should do it together then.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, that would be a great idea. I know this round was kind of like beta testing, so I would rather actually do it when like she,
Yeah, yeah,
you
same.
know. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it on my end. Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
I got my hunter's license finally, or
Oh,
my
you
uh,
did?
my my gun license. I mean, yeah, it took
Nice. Nice.
ages,
Yep. Yeah.
but I got it. So right on time
Yeah,
for the
it's
season.
yeah, right on season's coming up. Actually, it's junior season this weekend, so Eric's taking the kids, and then our season starts. So I'm so
Cool.
excited.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Cool.
Hmm. All right, should we jump in? I should bring
Yes.
this closer to my thing.
That
Okay.
sounds great. That was a good idea.
It was like really far away. I was like, whoops.
That's all good.
All right, so I just want to pull this up so I have it. There's something I wanted to talk about today, and actually, Johan wasn't even, he didn't know about this. I didn't know about this until recently. I actually know that it was something. Like, I'm like, there has to be something going on here because there'd be like certain packaging, even if it wasn't food, it would be whether it was like laundry detergent or, something else, like the packaging would draw me in. Okay. And I'm like, there's something to this. Like, why is my eye going to that? Why does that product make me feel different than that product? Right. And I'm like, and then I think it was Syed. He was talking about this on his Instagram, and I'm like, stop it. This is actually a thing. I knew it. I knew it. And then I forgot about it, and I was like, and it kept popping into my head because I kept seeing this stuff. And I reached out to him. I was like, what was that effect called again? And so he told me, and then I just started like diving into the research on it. Um, so what I'm going to talk about today is called the health halo effect. Um, so by definition, the health halo effect is the perception that a particular food or product is good for you, even when there is little to no evidence to confirm this. Okay, so it's a tactic used by companies pretty much to create a sense of like wellness or goodness around their products, leading you to believe that they're healthier than what they really are. Um, so there's different layers to this. Like there's so many different factors that go into it. And I think that this is just, it's really important to have this knowledge and this awareness so that you can make, you know, not necessarily make decisions based off emotion or lack of knowledge and have something like I don't want to call it false, but like this like deceiving marketing and advertising or whatever on a package of something, right? Making you think, oh, I can have this, or I can have more of this because it's healthy, right? When really it might not be. Um, so examples of this, and once I start talking about this, you're probably gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's so true. So just some like some of the top ways that companies do this um, is using buzzwords. So we've talked about this before, right? So like gluten free, low fat, all natural, no additives, sugar free, high protein, high fiber, low sodium, non toxic, low cholesterol, like even like wholesome superfood. There's no such thing as a superfood, like probiotics, organic. So there's these buzzwords that draw you in, right? And people just like don't have the knowledge to understand. Like you'll see gluten free on potato chips. Like that doesn't make sense. There's no gluten in potato chips.
I
They're literally putting that to make you think that their product is healthier.
100%. I have one product that I often get that just like this reminds me of that right away. We get like this sriracha mayo, and there's
Mm-hmm.
like there's so you have to the normal bottle, and it has like this little label with like a rubber band, and then it says really big, "I'm vegan." And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, cool,
Right,
cool,
right,
that's
right.
fine. But like,
Right,
do you
exactly.
have to put that on there? First of all, no, you don't have to. But if you want to, fair, that's cool. But
Hmm.
the reason, like, why are you putting it? Because that's the whole point there. They don't care if it's vegan or not. It just probably just happens to be vegan,
Right,
and it's like, oh, it's
right.
good marketing, you know?
Yeah, so this concept, there are, you know, there are potential, it's misleading and can be harmless or harmful, um, depending on the person. But other examples, so like there's the buzzwords, there's images and colors. So think you see a package, there's happy people on it, like blue skies, pastoral scenes, like with cows, like that's a really popular one. Fresh fruits and vegetables, they will use like athletic and celebrity figures. So if you think of like Wheaties, right? Like there was always like uh, athletes on the front of the box, right? So that gives the deception, oh, that person's having it, must be healthy type of thing. Heart symbols like vibrant green grass, earth tones, pastel colors, bright and vibrant colors. So these all draw you in and make you feel a certain way. And there's actually like breakdowns of what the pastel colors will make you feel like. Same with the earth tones. I won't go into all that, but there's like specific feelings that those colors and images will give to you. Um, so they're using those on purpose. Another huge one is like misleading serving sizes. So you see this all the time on the front of packages. So they'll put like calorie per serving versus per package, right? So there could be like 10 freaking servings in a I don't know, bag of something, and the serving size is not something you would ever eat in one size. Like it's just way too small, but they're saying, oh, 80 calories per serving, right? So it's very deceiving. It makes their product look better, more healthier for you. You're not consuming as many calories, but realistically, you'd probably end up having like 3 or 4 servings, right?
Have you ever,
Like that happens with like ice cream, chips, like things like that.
have you ever seen the like the low calorie cooking oil spray thing where it says 0 calories on the thing, and then you check,
Oh yeah,
and then the
yeah.
serving is like is literally like
Uh-huh.
like a
Yep.
tiny little
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
like no one first of all will be looking at that. People are probably going to be like, well, 0 calories. Let me just get that whole pan
I
full,
know. It's like actually no, there's calories
No,
in
actually, there's calories. It's just
it.
zero
Yeah.
calories, or they are allowed to
Right.
call it zero because it's so close to zero in that tiny
Yeah.
little, like serving.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like really got to pay attention to that. Like I always tell people, like even just in general, serving sizes on packages, like don't worry about it. Like we're gonna weigh our stuff anyway, and we will like
Hmm.
relearn what a good serving for you means.
Right. And that's why tracking your food can be so helpful because you actually learn the serving sizes versus just like blindly looking at a package and thinking, oh, it's one serving when it's like the size of your thumb. So yeah, the misleading serving sizes is another part of it. So like calorie per serving per package. They'll reduce serving sizes too, like without saying anything, like they'll reduce it, and then reduce calorie labeling. So same type of thing. Like you'll see that on the front of the package. Um, so those are, I would say, the biggest ones when it comes to like what they're doing. And I love what this article says. So they're talking about when packages use superfoods, like just like I said, it's not a real thing. It's like, yes, superfoods include, she says, yes, these foods included on these made up lists of superfoods are generally healthful. However, they imply a tiered system that among even fruits and vegetables, certain ones are better than others. Right. And then she says, what what we then see is that people consume only those foods, further reducing variety in their diet and leading to long term health problems. There's no one food that can provide everything that you need to be a healthy person, right? Which is so true. Um, and I actually made a whole video on what I'm going to talk about next, is essentially there's no food out there that is like categorically healthy or unhealthy. Like you need context. So you have to look at the entirety of someone's diet. You have to look at any health conditions that they have, medications that they're using, their activity level. Like there's so many things that play into whether something is healthy or not for someone. Um, um, for example, like the example that I used was like if you have a person that is eating a bunch of highly processed food and they have kale, that doesn't automatically make kale healthy for them. Like they're not just going to automatically get all these benefits. And it's the other way around too, right? It's like, all right, like if a person is eating a bunch of nutrient dense, like they're getting in their protein, some cookies and ice cream isn't just going to like ruin everything and be super unhealthy for them. You have to look at the entirety of the diet.
Yeah.
So that's important to understand. Like you see these packages and you get fooled by them. It doesn't necessarily mean that that specific thing is healthy. And Johan was talking about this before we got on. It's like, okay, we think like granola or like a granola bar is healthy because it has like probiotics on the front of the, or it has high fiber or high protein or something on the front of the package. But like if you're already getting in enough fiber, it's not going to be that much healthier for you. Or it can be misleading where it's like, oh, this is high fiber, and then we then don't look at the rest of what's in it. So it could be super high in sugar, coated in like who knows what, right? And so we only look at that high fiber aspect of it, and it takes our attention away from the other things that could be. And it could be just as calorically dense, high in sugar as a chocolate bar type thing. But
I had
we're
a
being
client ask me,
go
sorry,
ahead.
there's like a mini delay, so I thought you were done. I had a client ask me actually about a kind of granola product. It was like granola topping or something. And he's like, so he posted in our group, he's like, this, I found this one looks pretty good on protein. Um, but it was like maybe like 10 grams of protein per 100 grams. So I was like, okay, it's not bad. But then I looked at fats and it was like huge. It was so high in fats and
Right.
also in carbs. And look at the package. Okay, what is it? It was kind of like, let's call it almost like a granola trail mix, kind of like mix, double mix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, very high in fats because there are a lot of nuts and seeds, very high in carbs from a lot of honey, and then there's like a little bit of protein. It's not bad per se, but let's then not put the protein on the front of the package while you get the
Right.
vast majority of the calories from all those other things. So you might just be
Right.
trying to hit
Right.
your protein with that and actually end up gaining weight, you know?
Right. And that happens too, like with um, products that they're like, oh, this is low in sugar. Well, what are they using in place of it? Right. Like, okay, maybe sometimes it's a sweetener, but usually it will be way higher in fat. Right. So, like, again, it's not necessarily better for you. Depends. We need the context, right, of that person. Um, what else? So this was a good example. So, the health halo effect can make consumers feel confident in food choices that may or may not make sense. Kale is healthy while iceberg lettuce isn't. The standard complaint is that lettuce is all water, when in fact, both foods contain water, fiber, various micronutrients, and phytochemicals. Similarly to social media, we see people advise to avoid russet potatoes and choose sweet potatoes. However, their fiber and starch content is almost identical, with the russet potato having a lot of potassium and the sweet potato having a lot of beta carotene. So, however, when a person is at the grocery store trying to figure out what to make for dinner or worried about their health, a superfood list gives them the sense of doing good, right? When might not even make sense to them.
I think greens are overrated in general. And
Yep.
I mean both the actual veggie or the group of veggies as well as the fucking
Mhm.
powder, but that's for another day, like the athletic green shit. Like,
Oh, the powders. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but anyway, the actual greens, like the spinach, the kale, these foods are very healthy. Don't get me wrong when I say this.
Yeah,
But there's now this idea that like everything needs to be fucking green,
I know.
dark
Yeah,
green, you know?
yeah,
Yes, you need
yeah,
your dark leafy greens, 100%. How about you eat a fucking carrot every now and then? Or like, a bell
yeah,
pepper, eggplant.
yeah.
We're supposed to be eating the rainbow, right? That's what we
Mm-hmm.
learned in what is it? Precision nutrition. Like, that's
Yep.
like one of the basic kind of like fundamentals that you'll learn in any kind of nutrition cert. But you gotta eat the rainbow, right? You
Yeah.
gotta get all those different colors. Have an apple, right? Get a kiwi. I know this is fruits, but fruits and vegetables. Like, it doesn't have to be green for it to be healthy, you know?
Right, right, exactly. Yeah, and that comes from a lot of this type of thing, right? Like the superfood thing. Um, so this is another kind of layer to it where it's like companies, or you'll see it at like restaurants where there's like the health conscious like part of the menu, right? So it's not just specific to foods or ingredients. Like they'll target uh, the health the health halo as a highly targeted intentional marketing technique. So this is a good example because it's so true. So look at the public perception of Subway versus McDonald's. If you ask any group of, do you know Subway? Do they have it there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. If you ask any group of people to list healthy fast food, I can almost guarantee the first and most frequent answer would be something like Subway, and the most unhealthy one would be something like McDonald's.
Hmm.
However, because of Subway's halo, consumers generally opt for sodas, chips, and cookies to go along with their salad and end up taking in more fat and sugar than they would have at McDonald's. Right? One study even found that people were more likely to eat more later in the day after eating Subway because they earned it. So they ate healthy, right? And now they can
Yeah.
eat unhealthy. When was it really no, like that's just not true, right? Like you're thinking McDonald's is unhealthy and Subway's healthy, but they're very much the same.
Yeah, very much. I will say,
Mhm.
obviously, you can get some, like some greens and stuff, but like if you look at the sauces and then like all this, it adds up.
Mhm. Mhm.
On the other hand, hey, you can even if you wanted to, you could go to McDonald's, get a salad, and get like chicken tenders or whatever.
Yep.
Get a pretty decent meal, to be honest with you. If you're on the go, in a
Yep.
pinch, like why not? There's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
But you're right, like Subway isn't necessarily like inherently more healthy
Yeah, they're just
than
giving that
McDonald's.
perception that
Yeah,
there's the halo around that, right?
yeah,
Um, or another really good example of this is so food companies frequently label veggie straws or vegetable chips as a healthier alternative to plain old potato chips. Vegetable chips are often just different starchy vegetables. These are perfectly fine to include, right, in a balanced diet. However, people often consume veggie straws or vegetable chips in larger quantities under the assumption that they're just vegetables. So that is a big part of the halo effect where people think that they can eat more of it because it's healthy, but there may not be really any evidence to support that.
yeah,
But they think so because of the deceiving marketing and all that. Like you're not eating vegetables, but they think they are.
yeah.
Like it's still the same as eating a regular potato chip. You know what I mean? Same thing.
Now that you mentioned McDonald's, I think this is Europe only. What colors is McDonald's over there when you look at the building? Yellow end.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other color? Yellow end.
Uh,
Red.
uh, I think so. I don't even know now.
Okay, those are the OG colors. And this is a while
Yeah.
ago. They changed it to like green and yellow in Europe to kind of give more of
Mm-hmm.
like a green vibe. This is a while ago.
Yep.
But now that we're talking about this, like it must be like because of that, to kind of give you that idea of like, hey,
100%.
it's more like more natural, more green, like
Mm-hmm.
look where we're
Mm-hmm.
doing better for like the environment, which may also even be like I don't know, but that's just something I just thought of, and I remember
Oh
that
no,
change. Like, hey,
yeah, it's definitely that.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. Um, so like just to go over some different like buzzwords and what so low fat, okay? So low fat versions tend to have more sugar or sodium than the original. So usually when they're swapping something, they're saying it's low in this, it's going to be higher in something else. Okay? So gluten free is not healthier for you unless you have like celiac or myself, like I get really sick from gluten. So yes, gluten-free is healthier for me. But if you don't have a sensitivity, you don't need to necessarily remove gluten. You naturally will reduce it if you're focusing on a whole source, whole nutrient dense diet. Like you don't want to just be stuffing your face with gluten. But like it's not healthier for most people. Organic, the term is actually federally regulated, but does not indicate that the nutrient content of the product. So organic foods aren't more nutrient dense than non-organic. Like this is not something I stress about. Like I do not stress about buying organic. All natural, so natural sugar is still sugar. Low sodium usually contains more fat than the original. Trans fat free. All food manufacturers are required to remove trans fats, and their product is no different than the next one. Um, oh, this another one too is like with shampoo. So they'll say like, I forget if it's shampoo or the conditioner. One or the other just does not have sulfates in it. Like people don't want to use sulfates in their shampoo. It's either the shampoo or whatever, but they'll stamp it on both, and it's like the
Yeah.
shampoo never had them, like never had them. Um, like plant-based pro and prebiotics, right? Those are often superfoods, fortified, high protein. So we see high protein, but it's like 3 grams per serving. It's like, well, it's not really high protein. It's just, again, a thing. And then the celebrity endorsements, like that's a big one. The misleading serving sizes. Um, so the potential for harm here is false claims of health benefits. Um, can sometimes lead individuals to postpone seeking appropriate care. Um, and then the what else does this say here? Um, mm, mm, mm. Oh, hidden ingredients. So oftentimes they will swap out a name. So instead of sugar, they use like agave syrup or molasses or fruit juice concentrate, and they take you away from the actual sugar, the word sugar. Same with like with gluten, they'll use like malt, bulgur, uh, farina, things like that. Um, Negative impact on overall health and wellness. Um, okay, so the use of terms like organic, natural, no artificial colors, and more makes the consumer draw conclusions that the product is healthier without the food manufacturer even having to make a claim. Remember that organic sugar and honey are still sugar. Like just because it's organic doesn't necessarily mean it's better for you. Um, as a result, individuals may overeat some nutrients and undereat others. And this was kind of like the financial part I was talking about because there is like a financial struggle aspect of this where it can be pretty harmful. Or like certain foods, like often like superfoods, are quite a bit more expensive, right? So like a pound of strawberries is she uses frozen. So a pound of frozen strawberries is 3.49 to compare a 14-ounce frozen pack of pureed like the acai is 6.29. So it's like double the price.
That's a
Like is
whole
it
other one. Like anything acai is like hype
yeah,
shit, you know?
right, exactly. Exactly. Same with this kale. So like kale is like 4.76 per 16 ounces and regular shredded lettuce is like 3.50. So again, bumping up the price there. Whole grain bread is 2.82, gluten free. Like the cheapest gluten free loaf is like $6-7. So if you're spending way more money than you really need to, right? Just because you think it's healthier for you. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this health halo effect. And like I said, it's not just food packaging. It can be, makeup. It can be laundry detergent. Like we often see like non-toxic, all natural, like all these things, right? But you look on the like if you really look into it, it's not what they're making it out to be. Um she really talks about how to avoid the health halo effect. It requires you to separate yourself from reflexive emotional response, and think critically about the claims you're reading or hearing about. Has every package started using the same word or phrase, which is important because they'll pull from what's popular right now, whether it's like probiotics, right, or superfoods. Like probiotics is like so popular, right? Um, and then just talking about like actually flipping the package around and reading the ingredients, right? Like if you have different issues and you need to eat like lower sugar, like being able to like read that and just having more knowledge about how to read nutritional labels, and looking at them versus just going, oh, that's 80 calories per serving, I'm going to grab that and take it. Like, right. Um, Searching their ingredients and their health benefits, right? Just seeing if there's anything behind it. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to bring people's attention to this and make them aware. I think it's really important.
100%. And yeah, like you said, I didn't know about like the health halo effect. I think we might have talked about at least food labels and stuff being a little misleading a long time ago, but like these are those everyday things that we
Mm-hmm.
all kind of like sometimes fall for, or at least see, even maybe even
Mm-hmm.
without really noticing. But like I said, the sriracha mayo that says, "Hey, I'm vegan," or like 100% vegan or something. Like that's
Yep.
fine, but like that's why they put that on there. Um, One thing I wanted to add is that anytime you see, low in whatever or sugar free
Yeah.
or whatever free, just have a look at the product and see what is in it. Like that's just the most important thing, and just be aware. Be present. Like look into foods and don't fall for what companies literally pay, specialists
Yeah.
lots of money for, right? To make the package look, inviting, and the phrases, and like that's why they have that. Their goal is
Yeah.
to make money. It's
They're
not bad per
relying
se.
on your emotions. They're
Yeah,
relying on your emotions. So when you are able to remove that and be able to look at it objectively, they don't win. You win. You can actually
yeah,
make a better decision based on your situation.
yeah.
Maybe you do get the kale. Like that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong
That's
with that.
great. Yeah,
But I think it's important to really understand like it's not necessarily like that much better, you know. So,
it's good. Just have different
yep.
veggies, eat different fruits, and just
Hmm.
mostly normal food. And if you want to get something packaged, great. Just do it every now
Hmm.
and then.
Hmm.
That's the TLDR version of this whole conversation. Like in one sentence,
Hmm.
it's like
Yeah,
just eat
I'm
mostly
thinking
normal
about
food.
it. Like even like I'll get sucked into it sometimes still. Like I was getting butter the other day and like the package said grass-fed cows or something. I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to take that one." Like
Yeah,
and that's what they're doing, you know?
that's a
Like
good one.
but I
We
have
we have that.
I have no idea if they're actually using grass-fed cows. Like they can say that and they very
Yeah,
well might not be.
and it could still be like grass fed, but then not grass finished, or is that maybe just with beef?
Yes.
I don't know. Like that's one.
Yep,
Um,
yep, yep.
with butter and dairy here, I know they put like vitamin D on the thing because sometimes they add that. But then when you look at how much it is, like good luck trying to get your fucking vitamin D or enough of it in a place here where
Right.
we don't get any sun for for months, like from a glass of
Exactly.
milk or a
Right.
stick of butter.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm making a post on this and it's taking me freaking forever because I have so much I want to say that I just can't you can't fit it into a post, you know?
Turn it into a
Cuz
blog. Why not?
I honestly might cuz this is just I honestly want everyone to know about this.
I probably should.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
Anyways,
the health
wrap
halo
it up,
effect
Kristine.
for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, that was a good topic. Thanks for bringing that to the table. Do
Mhm.
you have any important updates to share? Any announcements with our listener?
Not right now. Oh, I'm trying to buy a coffee company right now and I have like so many things I want to do with it. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I want to buy this coffee company, sell the coffee online, but also here. Like, I want to get like one of those little trailers and like do pop ups with it. And then also have like a mug company. I've always wanted to have a mug company because I love unique mugs. You know how I am with this. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this coffee and mug thing and just have fun with it. So we'll see where it goes.
If this happens, I'm definitely ordering my mug for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Awesome. yeah, on my end, no real updates. I think this launches right after the September challenge kicked off. Yeah, so you're going to be too late if you listen to this. But either way, there will be a next time next year. So, all joking aside, though, thank you for listening. Great chat, Kristine. Thanks. I will see you again soon. And as always, make sure to share this episode in your stories. Drop us a quick review, and then we'll talk to you on Monday.